You're obviously, some people may not know it. I mean, the locals will know, but so you actually had an incident, I believe, turn 2 a couple weeks ago or a month ago, or how long ago?
Yeah, I'll be a month ago tomorrow, yeah.
It was right before the Classic, I believe,
it was,
week before the Classic.
Yep.
And you're obviously not in the car.
Yep.
Egel got a shot. How did that even come about?
I sort of asked a couple of people, and he reached out. Obviously, he might have heard I was asking around, but yeah, he reached out and made it work.
Well, what is actually happening here? You got what's the actual damages that happened to you? And
fractured 4 vertebrae and crushed 1 to half its size. So.
And was that the top of the back? Where is that located at?
Yeah,
for
top
those?
of the back. So T1 to T5 vertebrae. Yeah, they're all a bit damaged at the moment.
And so that's why they have the neck brace on you, is to keep your upper back kind of straight?
It's more so to keep the weight of my head off my spine, to be honest with you. Just to try to stretch it back out.
Because your spine kind of holds that piece of the back up, because it's the upper back that got the damage. It didn't look like a big roll. Was most people surprised? Were you surprised? Did you feel it initially? We've heard about people like Courtney, I think it was last year. He really didn't think he had anything wrong, and they were like, oh, go check it out. And then
to be honest with you, I actually knew I'd done it. As soon as I landed, I heard a big crack in my back. And my arms and legs went tingly for a second, so I knew I'd done something. It was actually not really funny, but I promised someone I was going to go to their wedding that night after the race, and so I went to a wedding and went to hospital next morning. But all that happened was when I landed on my rear wheels, because I sort of landed nose first originally, then come down on its rear wheels. But as soon as I hit the rear wheels, the chassis bottomed out onto the track and just sent a jar up from my back.
That seems to be always the notion. You know, we saw Kevin Swindell where he's at now, and it was relatively a slow roll, but it's just how it smashed at the tailbone of the car, because there's there's no room in a sprint car. They're that light and that fast because there's not a lot of components on the vehicle.
There's not well strapped in there that well, but as soon as that sort of hits, there's nothing to take impact. It's still just absorbed for your body. That's the weakest part of the car.
And do you all have the pucks? I know there's some technologies, because Alex Bowman had a back issue with a sprint car wreck. Is there any of that over here in Australia, or are y'all just kind of winging it?
We're not over here yet. Not that I know of anyone running them, but I think it's definitely something I'm going to be looking at when I'm back in the car.
Definitely. Y'all's car is one of the best cars in Australia. The operation is, bar none, one of the best, and it's a real big opportunity for a guy like that.
Yeah, no, it is. It's huge. I mean, everything we do to the car, we swap out components just to prevent any failure. We swap stuff around. We're always selling old stuff, buying new stuff, just because, sometimes a failure could be a 10-cent part. There's no point ever trying to hold on to that 10-cent part. You're just better off swapping it out once it starts to get old, put new stuff in. It is the biggest track in Australia. It's probably the most banked track in Australia.
It's the most American track in Australia. That's what I would say.
Yeah, because I've obviously spent a few years in America, 3 months at a time, a few years in a row in America, racing Ohio, Pennsylvania, and whatnot. And it definitely is the most similar track to anything else in America. So I think that's where Callum's going to do well. He's going to go over to America, spend a lot of time on those tracks, and come back to Motorplex. And I think it's going to be very, very hard to stop after spending that long there. I done the same 4 years ago. I actually went to America 3 years in a row, 3 months at a time each time. Went over on our own accord. Brian Brown originally helped us get set up. He built me a car and whatnot. And 3 years in a row, we went and spent 3 months over there. And I think we averaged 30 to 40 shows each time we're over there, and just doing Ohio Speed Week, Pennsylvania Speed Week. It's a tough gig for us Australians, because we're so far away from the rest of the country. There's so much racing on the other side, and so many big names on the other side that we don't really cross paths with them. So it's actually hard for the world to see what we've got here. This year we've obviously stepped up a lot. Perth Motorplex, Maddington Toyota Sprint Car Series, and everyone involved has done a really good job of promoting it this year. But previous years we've just been a small little series so far away from the rest of the country that everyone's missed us.
Right, and ever since I've got on this Callum Williamson coming to America, a lot of people, I've seen the comments from the Eastern people say he's just it's funny you say the name earlier, he's just a Brian Brown.
Yeah.
And what that means in America is he's just good at Knoxville, and you take him somewhere else and he can't do anything. But y'all only have 2 tracks to race at, and to race somewhere else you got to drive 40 hours, I believe. If you were to pick a track that you was to, say, train a driver to go to the States, I think this would be like the only real track that I've seen so far that would prepare you for that.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I actually have no doubt that Callum's going to go over there, and you'll see him aim sooner than you think.
You think so?
I do. He can adapt really well. I mean, you put him under pressure here. He starts off not bad. He started 15th tonight. It was up to 3rd and 4th.
It was very impressive.
Laps. I mean, Callum, he's not the sort of guy that he's not going to go over there thinking these guys are going to kick my ass. He's going to go over there with a mindset that he's as good as them.
And that's good. That's important.
Yeah, it is, and that's one of the biggest drives I've seen Callum. He knows he can do it. So there's nothing stopping him. So I wouldn't put it past him to be up there.
Well, and that makes me feel better because I really do like. Me and Gavin were talking about this last night. I like rewarding guys based on merit.
Yeah.
Which is, if you're good, that's how you advance. Not because you can buy a bill or whatever, and that's how you advance. And that seems to be the norm.
Yeah.
So going against the grain on that with Callum, and then knowing that you're saying that is really, influential for his car potential owners that are going to be over there, and even me, because I feel like I've said it to the best drivers in America. When Larson pulls up beside you and throws a slider, you already lost because you don't think you're better than him.
Yeah.
If you don't, and Kyle agrees with me, if you don't think that you're better than him, get out of the car and put someone in it that does.
I mean, you see it here with certain drivers too. I mean, they get cars around them and all of a sudden they're backing out of it, getting on brakes. It's daunting. It really is for some of these guys that haven't been doing it long. And you come up against someone like Kyle Larson. It's like,
or Brad Sweet with Callum here. He put it right back on him. You know?
I mean, Callum's never going to back down to a fight no matter who you are. So I think he's going to do well.
And how important do you think that representation is for y'all in WA? Are y'all going to, even though y'all may be the worst of rivalries here on a weekly basis, I'm not saying y'all, I'm just saying, is it one of those deals like he's coming from the college?
Yeah, no, it's huge. It's going to put WA on the map. It's going to put Motorplex on the map. So it's absolutely huge. When I was seeing the news, I was like, oh, well, when I was seeing the posts and stuff, I was like, holy shit, it's actually happening. Like, yeah, it's huge. It'll be the first one to do it from here.
Well, back to opportunity. I guess now you have to build a second car for Egel.
Seems that way. Nah, we'll see how we go. We'll see how quick I can get back in the car. But pretty sure I'm going to be out for the rest of the season, probably up until we head up north to Darwin. So.
Okay. That Chariots of Thunder I hear is really nice up there.
I love Darwin. I actually normally ship all my stuff up there as soon as we finish down here and do the whole season up in Darwin.
You don't swim though in the waters up there, or
you're brave enough you can, quick enough. It's a good training session.
Well, I mean, you're already swimming with sharks out here on the track. Exactly. Why not do it in the water?
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for catching up and talking, and hopefully everything goes well there. And it's got to suck to wear that brace. It's got to feel like
it's all hot and sweaty.
Everybody stares at you, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's
gotta suck.
This is how we ride. This is how